Archangel Michael says, someone is crying for you right now, their tears flowing from the deepest part of their soul. And there are two women involved in your life in ways you haven't fully understood. This message reaches you by divine design, not by random chance. The universe has guided you to this revelation because it's time for you to know the truth. These emotional connections are affecting your energy, your path, and your heart in powerful ways. This isn't coincidence. It's a sacred moment of clarity that your spirit has been waiting for. The tears being shed for you aren't ordinary tears. They carry energy that ripples across time and space, touching your spirit even if you're unaware. What you're about to discover about these two women will change how you understand the connections in your life. Take a deep breath, because this revelation will explain feelings you've had but couldn't name. The emotional undercurrents you've been sensing have divine meaning behind them. When you learn which woman is crying for you and why the other is involved, puzzle pieces will fall into place. This truth brings clarity to situations that have felt confusing and opens doors to healing you didn't know was possible. Your spirit is ready, and this message arrives when your heart is prepared to hear it. The universe has aligned everything to bring you this exact revelation at this perfect moment. If you're ready to receive this emotional truth, type Amen now and prepare your soul to understand what's been happening beneath the surface. Let divine wisdom flow through you and anchor your heart in what's really happening. Your openness invites the full clarity to emerge. Archangel Michael whispers, the emotional connection is stronger than you realize, but this message will help you see it clearly. There's someone whose soul is crying for you right now. They may appear fine on the outside, smiling when others are watching, but in quiet moments their heart overflows with emotions connected to you. These tears aren't always physical. Sometimes the soul weeps while the eyes remain dry. The weight of these unspoken feelings has created an energetic bond that you can feel without knowing its source. You've sensed something, haven't you? A pull toward certain thoughts, unexpected emotions rising without clear cause. That's because energy doesn't lie. These two women in your life have created a triangle of emotion that affects your daily path. The divine has been watching these connections unfold, waiting for the right moment for revelation. Like this video, to acknowledge the emotional truth flowing into your awareness right now. You're stepping into higher understanding of the connections that shape your journey. Let this moment ground you in emotional honesty. The tears being shed for you aren't just feelings, they're a vibration that touches your energy field. Accept this awareness that's been waiting for you to recognize it. These two women share a connection to your life path that runs deeper than surface interactions. One holds emotions so intense they manifest as spiritual tears that cross the boundaries of physical distance. The other woman's presence creates a dynamic that affects how these feelings flow. You may have noticed tension, unexplained reactions, or emotional patterns repeating without clear cause. Now everything is aligning for understanding. These connections are being illuminated, and the divine is guiding you to see the truth behind them. What you're about to realize about these relationships will shift your understanding of the emotional currents in your life. These aren't random connections, but divinely orchestrated relationships that serve your soul's growth. The universe measures emotional bonds differently than we do. The tears, the tension, the unspoken feelings, all have been seen and all serve a purpose in your spiritual development. Archangel Michael says, do not fear these emotional truths, for they are meant to heal you. The weight of unacknowledged connections has created energy blockages that limit your heart's full expression. This moment is your emotional liberation. Type 777 to receive the clarity and healing that understanding these relationships will bring. This number sequence opens the channel for divine truth to flow freely into your awareness, washing away confusion about these two women in your life. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $50. This energy exchange strengthens the connection to these important revelations about your relationships. The universe is revealing emotional connections you felt but couldn't fully see. This is your moment of relationship awakening. The person crying for you has been holding these feelings, wondering if you sense their emotional energy reaching toward you across the distance. The second woman creates a dynamic that amplifies these feelings, sometimes without realizing her role in this emotional triangle. The divine has spoken, and the time for emotional clarity has arrived. These tears you're learning about aren't just about sadness. They hold longing, healing, unresolved feelings that need acknowledgement. You've felt the vibration of someone's heart reaching for yours, haven't you? That's because your intuition recognizes emotional truth even when your mind hasn't caught up. You're more emotionally connected than you realize, and understanding these two women's roles will only make your heart's perception stronger. Type 11 to affirm your emotional strength and readiness to learn which woman is crying for you. You are protected and supported by the divine, as Archangel Michael stands beside you, preparing to reveal the full nature of these connections. The woman whose soul weeps for you carries feelings that run river deep through her spirit. Her tears come from a place of genuine emotional connection that transcends ordinary interaction. The second woman's involvement creates a situation that intensifies these feelings, sometimes creating barriers, sometimes creating catalysts for deeper emotion. The angels have been watching as these energetic connections formed, noting how they've affected your mood, your decisions, your sense of peace. These relationship dynamics may have seemed confusing to you, but in the heavenly realms, the emotional patterns are clear as crystal. The source of these tears is about to be revealed, and with that knowledge comes the power to bring healing to all hearts involved. Archangel Michael says, emotional truth always rises to be acknowledged when the time is right. This revelation about who cries for you is like dawn breaking after a night of confusion. It's your time to step into complete emotional awareness. Type 11 to embrace this truth fully. Let it wash through your heart and illuminate every corner of understanding. The clarity about these two women is setting you free even as you receive these words. You are divinely protected as these emotional truths unfold. Archangel Michael surrounds you with a shield of light, ensuring that this knowledge serves your highest healing. The angels understand that discovering someone's deep emotional connection to you can feel overwhelming, especially when another person is involved in the dynamic. But divine forces stand ready, supporting your heart as it expands to receive the complete picture. These relationship connections align directly with your soul's journey and growth. They aren't random emotional entanglements, but carefully orchestrated experiences that serve your spiritual evolution. As you learn which woman sheds tears for you, know that nothing is required of you except to receive this understanding. The heavens illuminate these connections to bring healing to all hearts involved. The woman who cries for you carries feelings that have grown deeper than expected. Her tears come from a soul connection that formed when your energies intertwined. During significant moments, the second woman creates a triangle of energy that affects how these emotions flow toward you. Perhaps she stands as a perceived barrier, or maybe her presence triggers the depth of feeling that causes these tears. This three-way dynamic creates emotional currents you've sensed without fully understanding. The hesitation in certain conversations, the lingering looks, the words that seem to carry hidden meanings, all make sense now in light of these tears. Past interactions that puzzled you now reveal their emotional undertones. The tension you've felt in certain situations wasn't imagined, but was the energy of unspoken feelings seeking expression. These women's presence in your life follows a divine pattern, creating opportunities for heart, opening, and emotional growth that wouldn't exist otherwise. Type 444 to align with the divine plan unfolding through these emotional connections. Each interaction with these women now carries new meaning and purpose. Trust the wisdom that comes as you see these relationships clearly. Archangel Michael says there is no greater power than emotional truth acknowledged with compassion. This is why the revelation comes now, so you can respond to these tears with the wisdom and understanding that only divine timing can provide. Healing these emotional connections requires first acknowledging their true nature. The woman whose soul cries for you needs understanding, not necessarily action. Sometimes recognition itself brings the most powerful healing. Notice how your own feelings respond to knowing about these tears. This awareness provides guidance about your next steps. Create space for authentic emotions without judgment. Allow yourself to feel whatever arises: surprise, confusion, tenderness, or clarity. To bring healing to all 3 points of this emotional triangle, lead with compassion for yourself, for the one who cries, and for the second woman whose presence affects this dynamic. Divine timing has revealed these connections now because you're ready to hold this truth with wisdom. The transformation begins with simple acknowledgement, allowing emotional honesty to replace the energy of unspoken feelings. This is not about creating drama, but about clearing emotional pathways for authentic connection. This revelation about who cries for you heals the confusion of mixed signals and unexplained emotional tensions. How many times have you sensed something beneath the surface but couldn't name it? How often have interactions with these women left you wondering about unspoken currents? The heavens have witnessed every moment of this emotional journey. This understanding creates unity between your perception and reality, bridging what you've sensed and what is truly happening in these connections. Type 888 to claim the healing and clarity coming into your life through this emotional awakening. This number sequence activates the frequency of harmony in relationships. The divine is rebalancing these emotional connections with purpose and grace, creating space for authentic interaction, free from the weight of unacknowledged feelings. You are perfectly positioned to bring healing through simple awareness. This revelation about these 2 women marks a turning point in your emotional journey. Knowledge of these tears transforms not just your understanding, but the energy of the relationships themselves. Emotions acknowledged change their very nature, like light entering a dark room. As you recognize who cries for you, space opens for genuine connection based on truth rather than unspoken longing. This is your emotional graduation moment, marking the end of confusion about these particular relationships. Type 999 to embrace the transformation happening in your connections. This number sequence activates completion and new beginnings in relationship patterns. The divine is elevating your emotional awareness to new heights, and understanding these tears is just the beginning. You are stepping into emotional mastery like never before. This message has reached you because you're ready to hold the truth of how deeply your presence affects others. The tears shed for you and the involvement of these 2 women now reveal their purpose, shifting your awareness in profound ways. Trust. What's unfolding in these connections? Archangel Michael says, "You are wiser than you know, and this emotional clarity proves it." The divine guides you through these relationship waters with perfect timing. You are never alone in navigating these feelings. As you move forward carrying this understanding, new patterns of interaction will emerge naturally. Your response to these revealed emotions will create ripples of healing that extend beyond what you can see. Open your heart to the truth of these connections. Divine wisdom flows through your compassionate awareness.